Our next presentation is on Nanlux and Nanlite. Now it's two separate companies. What's the connection with Nan? We have Jeremy Gay to tell us all about the lights, and he's going to be assisted by Marty Glickman down here operating the lights. Give a wave, Marty. So what's the connection between the two companies?
They all come out of the same factory.
Okay.
Yeah, but two different segments of the market.
So Nanlux, that's the bigger lights?
Nanlux
more
is the
pro version, or?
It's the pro version. It's made for motion picture broadcast, for rental house duty cycles. If you'll notice, everything here on this triple header is more robust yokes. It's bigger. We try to make everything as field serviceable as possible. So like fans can be easily replaced. Cobs can actually be replaced. I mean, I've been a part of the training for different repair centers around the country, and the way they can replace the COB module, you know, the spot on the on our spotlights, it's not as easy as replacing a globe in an HMI or in a tungsten light, but it's not that much more difficult, and it can quick turnaround for that too.
Now, the ones on the triple header here, those all say Nanlux and the others say Nanlite? The smaller ones, is that?
Yeah, so
generally they're smaller?
Yeah, so if you guys have, just to take a quick 45 seconds, so if you are familiar with Cined.com, they recently did a tour of our factory. It's on their YouTube channel, and you'll see that, you know, our factory is almost 32 years old. They've been making stuff. It's a Chinese manufacturer, but they have over 200 patents in lighting. So they have a very good reputation of making good products. They've actually made light fixtures for other brands in the past, but now we're focusing on our own brands. So you're looking at different segments of the market. Nanlux, like I said, motion picture broadcast rental. Nanlite's more for the independent owner operator. But some of the Nanlite fixtures have made their ways to big features like the Mandalorian. They've been in other shows because we're making lights that are useful. And you know, the shortcomings in the professional market for Nanlite is it might not have the IP rating like our Nanlux fixtures, or it might not have the built-in CRMX. But the fixtures we have in front of you, or where my colleague Marty is, those are a growing number of Nanlite fixtures that have CRMX built in. So you know, we're getting feedback, and changes have been made as the product line grows.
I've been using both of them, and they're terrific lights. So
yeah,
tell us more about them. I'll get out of your way.
So what I have in front of you right here is the Evoke series. We have on our far right, we have the Evoke 2400B. In the center, we have the 1200B. And on the far right, we have the Evoke 900C. The Evoke 900C is a full color RGB LAC. So you have red, blue, green, lime, amber, and cyan. So all the colors, it's like a prism. It makes all the colors into make a white light. And the advantage is that you have more saturated colors versus RGB WW, which is almost, if any other LED spotlights on the market right now, it most likely is RGB WW. I would say the vast majority of RGB LAC fixtures that are on the market today are actually made by us. And you're looking at 50% of them that we make right here. We have a much smaller version that is not much bigger than a knuckle. It's an 88 watt full color light that you can walk around with a battery grip, put a softbox, put a projection lens. Some people are like, it's one of those things where they're used to using a dado type light. And this one is a nice substitute, and it has very excellent glass. So it's really nice to see how that grows in that technology. So the benefit of the 6-color chip is that you have more saturated colors, and you have a narrow variance between daylight and tungsten. So most LED bicolor lights, you're looking at 25 to 35% output difference between daylight and tungsten. With our bicolor lights, it's much closer. It's 15 to 18%. But with the RGB LAC, you're looking at a variance in output between just 2%. So you have a consistency across the CCT range in output, color accuracy, and saturation. So right now, obviously it's another cycle of more lights coming to the market. With our 900C, which has been on the market for less than a year, there's still not a full color spotlight as bright There are others coming to the market from other manufacturers. I'm sure they're excellent lights. There's one coming out that's actually more than twice the power draw as this light, and it's still not brighter. If it is, the advantages are negligible when the light's much more expensive, much heavier, much bigger, and pulling more wattage. It's kind of providence that I got to follow Anton Bauer's Salty Dog because they're talking about efficiency, power, and sustainability. All of our lights, our ballasts are power switches. There are no controls down there. Some people like that. If you had a problem with that and you prefer that, we have a wired remote. It's 25-foot cable, so you can control the lights that way. But the advantage of having just power switches on the ballast is we can run DC power directly to the head. And when you go direct DC with lights, you get 20% more efficiency because you lose 10% with inverters and another 10% with something else I can't recall. But you lose 20% that way. So what you're doing with that is you're getting much more efficiency, much more power. So the far right here, we have our Evoke 2400B. That is a 2400 watt bicolor with tint. So it has a full range of power where you can, it's really the equivalent of a 10K tungsten or a 4K HMI. The game changer is that it runs on house power. So we have a switcher here that I want to show you if I can, there it is. So right here we have a patented power control switcher box. And right here you have the difference between 15 amps. It won't go over 15 amps if you put it down here. And then you have another switch that'll keep it under 20 amps. And what that results in is 15 amps gives you 75% output and 20% or 20 amps gives you 94.5% output. So this comes with every unit that ships. And then you get a second cable that's open-ended. So if you want to add a cam lock, if you want to add a Bates, or if you want to add something else to get that last 5%, you can do that depending on what your use case is or your preferences are for that. So it's really great because it's been shipping since November. Right now, it's just the 45-degree reflector as an accessory, but within the next couple of weeks, a Fresnel's coming. It's a motorized Fresnel. It's going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing it. More accessories are coming out. None of these mounts are Bowens or anything like that. It's our proprietary mount. And it might seem like proprietary seems like it's limiting, but when our first Evoke shipped almost 3 years ago, we had accessories, softboxes, lanterns, Fresnels from the start. Shamara and DOP Choice had our rings from the very start as well. They've been great partners. So if you're a rental house or if you're an owner operator, if you have like with Shamara, the Video Plus series, which most people have and which almost every rental house has, all you need is our ring, which they sell, and you're already into their ecosystem for this fixture. So it's great. It's easy to do that. When it comes to efficiency, the 900 watt, you think with these model names, that's what the power it draws. And yeah, for the most part, it's true. But the beauty of it is any other equivalent light, either LED or hot light, is drawing significantly more. Like the gentleman earlier was talking about running an M40 for a little over an hour with the Salty Dog. Well, you're going to triple that with our 2400B with similar output. So it's a great thing to do that. A lot of studios are seeing how our power efficiency is so good that they're partnering up with another battery manufacturing to do sustainability projects with a lot of studios because it saves a lot of money that way. We're working with multiple battery manufacturers that are interested in our lights because they can run it that way. So all of our lights, with the exception of the 2400B, is 48 volts. So you can go directly into the Salty Dog. He has a connector for it already. He can run our lights on direct DC, get a lot of power that way. Nanlux was launched as a professional line from the Nangwang factory, but it was launched in the middle of the pandemic in 2020. But in less than 4 years, we've gotten on a lot of TV shows, we've gotten on a lot of movies. Its build quality, its excellence in light output and in color accuracy has got a lot of DPs to trust the brand, and it's been reliable. We have repair and distributions here in Los Angeles. The only repairs that we normally do are mostly user error, like it gets dropped or beat up, and we just get it fixed right away. We have a quick turnaround. I think it's one thing to make an excellent light. It's another thing to have support to go with it, and that's just as important as a light. So we're very committed to doing that. and taking care of everybody as well. So last thing I want to talk about is our Pavel Slim series. This started shipping in November. So the Pavel Slim, you have a 1x1 and a 1x1 and a 1x2. It's RGBWW, has a native 25 degree beam angle inside, so it's a hard light, but the soft light is made with the soft box, and it's easy. It's an easy pop out. It can fold in like this and goes drop right into the case for storage. So you're up and running within less than 30 seconds to connect the light. It has a lot of different mounting accessories to go with it. Like I said earlier, this is one of the first ones that have built-in lumen radio. Profiles are in blackout. We've already made sure that the rest of our catalog is also in Carillon. So when it comes to Hog, Grand MA, and all those other profiles or consoles, that all of our fixtures are in there as well. So that light's exceptionally, it's very bright as a soft light. It's very bright as a hard light. It's easy to use. It only weighs a few pounds. The street for the 2x1 is $7.99, and it's just silly. And then there's other versions of this as well, where you have in the same form factor bicolor, and the price is even lower for that. So you have different markets of the segment that you can use for different budgets. They could maybe just get one color and a few bicolor options as well, and has different battery options. This can run on V mount for the 120C, it's 120 watt, or in this, was it 75 watt? 60 watt version. You can run on either V mount or on MPF batteries. So you have both plates on either side, and you got options to control that light as well. So that's most of our line.
Are there
So-
remote options?
Yes, so the remote options across the entire, everything here, you have your choice of our Bluetooth app, which is called Nanlink, and that works with both Nanlite and Nanlux, and that works over Bluetooth or Wi-Fi with an optional Wi-Fi transmitter box, which is like the size of a pager. Anybody remembers what those are? And then you also have the choice of either DMX, Ethernet with the 2400B and the 900C, or CRMX lumen radio. So.
And their Pavo lights are terrific too. Sort of like an Astera, a little bit longer, a little bit better deal, I think.
Sure. He said that, not me.
I like them. I like them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we have a tube line as well. Yeah, it's just not up here. But if you want to see the rest or more of our line, we have it over our booth. I pretty much rolled most of our booth over here so you could see it, but
Well, there's a lot to show.
yeah.
Thank you so much, Jeremy
All right,
and
thank you,
Marty.
guys. All right.